Producing my first event, I have a new appreciation for this aspect of comedy. Oh my God, this comic said that it can't make it now. I need 3 people just dropped out. Oh my God, my budget. Oh my God, the venue said they have a leak.
No, but I'm thankful for the people that do produce.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Without them, I wouldn't have stages.
But when you sell a show and can pay everyone well, you will realize how badly most comedy venues are run. Bingo. The segment that we love here, and sometimes you love it and sometimes you hate it, ladies and gentlemen, in these Comedy Skreets. Dante and myself head into the comedy spaces on the internet, mostly Reddit, comedy boards and pages, see what the people are talking about in the world of comedy, and give our 2 cents. This week is no different. Ladies and gentlemen, posted on r/standup by Ghost Writer Dolphin. Producing my first event, I have a new Let me take that. Take 2. Let me drink some water here. Dante, say some words. Jason, you have ruined my life. I'm gonna text him that later. He will love it. Producing my first event, I have a new appreciation for this aspect of comedy. Just sharing that after dealing with Eventbrite, logistics, and lineups, I now have far more respect for all aspects of stand-up comedy, and especially, all caps, working comedians who do this daily. I'm trying to keep my head in the game by reminding myself why I do stand-up, in brackets, to be funny and have fun / share my experiences, close brackets. I'm lucky to have always been grateful to folks who have put these things together. I'm also grateful to my past self for making the decision to produce no more than 2 shows per month because, wow, all caps. Yeah, highly underappreciated aspect of comedy is the person putting on the show. The people showing up to the show, they're mostly there for the comedian that they're there to see, or the name of the production, which kudos to the person for building up a rep, like a Don't Tell, or in Toronto Comedy All-Stars, stuff like this for local. You know what I mean? But bruh, producing the show is a nightmare, especially if you're on the show. Ugh. Have you produced a show yet?
No, but
You got to get that milestone.
Yeah.
New milestone. Have you thinking about it? Sounds like you're thinking about it.
Yeah, we've talked about it a few times.
What city would you most likely do it in? Hamilton, Milton, Toronto?
Either Hamilton or Milton.
Hamilton or Milton? Okay. Milton would be easier for you just logistically.
Milton, I'm thinking of doing a mic.
Regularly?
Twice a month.
Okay. I'll bring my ass out there for that. You've been scoping out venues and stuff?
Yeah, I got to go check one out.
Ooh, Dante might be producing a show. New milestone alert in the future. Also, new headache alert. Oh my God, this comic said that it can't make it now. I need 3 people just dropped out. Oh my God, my budget. Oh my God, the venue said they have a leak. So many things to go wrong. And then the last thing you're thinking about is your set. That's what always makes me upset.
Yep.
That's why I actually learned a great strategy is if you want to, you can produce a show, but you don't have to host it. You don't have to host it. You can headline it. You know what I mean? You don't even have to. And like there are times obviously where you don't even have to be on the show.
Yep.
I mean, if I'm producing the show,
you want to get that stage time.
I want to be on it. I haven't produced a show all year, which is crazy because I usually do a few shows a year. I think just the last one, I'm like.
Which one was the last one?
Bambinos.
That was the last one?
Probably.
Yeah.
It was either that.
That was
or
last year.
Yeah, it was either that or Supercrawl last year. So it's almost a year now. Just under a year ago. That and Staircase.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about using the Staircase, but the other room upstairs.
Okay.
I got the itch. I'm dropping an album. I'm dropping that album. I'm working through the edit. It's gonna be out sometime in September is what I'm thinking. And
this year or next year?
This year. And I would like to do. I got the itch.
Okay.
I want to do something proper. And, you know, obviously I want to continue to build something, but man, like just because I've done it so many times now, I know the level of effort it takes. And because I need this to be something more than just like, oh, I'm just producing a show just to produce. Like I want and need this to be like a platform for me, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where I've been really like, every week I sit down and I actually think, I'm like, okay, how do I approach this idea again? There's been the live podcast stuff and all these things, but it's like, I'm really thinking Hump Day will be the thing. I might bring back some variation of Hump Day. I don't think I need weed smoking, which we had before, but that'll be a hard get.
Yeah. That limits a lot of the spaces that you can use.
Pretty much. Especially if I want to do something here. Like, I don't know, I might do Toronto. I don't know, man. I'm just, I'm already getting a headache. Yeah. It just,
wow.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. And I always feel for the comics producing, like, I think the last memory I have of this, Justin Subryan, he does All Out Comedy in Toronto.
Okay.
I was doing one of his shows and he was running around because like the headliner couldn't make it. Like I think he moved my spot around twice. At first I was gonna open, then he moved me to the middle, and then he's like, the headliner can't make it. Can you close? And just like I'm like, I don't miss any of this. But at the same time, it's a necessary evil. Cause like he's got a platform. He's got like even outside, and he's not like popping on socials or any of that. But he has a show, he's established a brand, and people know that that is a brand that has good comics.
Yeah.
And they come and usually he sells out. Like 9 times out of 10, he sells out. There would be the odd case where it's not. So I need to get back to that. I need to. I want to. It's like they're converging. But it's like, I can't. Of all the things I've learned, I think one thing I learned is you got to find the scale that works for whatever effort you're going to put in.
Okay.
And the amount of effort that I always put in bare minimum usually exceeds the venues that I could get, like the seating capacity. Like an example, if you pick a venue that only has so many seats, your marketing budget is going to remain what it needs to be regardless to even get people. Like you have to overspend to just sell the amount of tickets that you have. And I have found over time is like, especially at my position, it's like I can get a 1 to 150 room and do that comfortably with some lead up and marketing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it would take me the same amount of effort and marketing budget to fill up a room, which I have easier access to around here, like a 48, 50 seat. But it's like the return on that is not worth the effort when it's the same level of cost
And
to be seen and to let people know that something's happening. You know, the marketing cost is the same, but the return isn't. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm very honest with myself. I haven't scaled up over the years and stuff. There's like so many different factors. I would take time to put the effort on producing. I'd be like, okay, this year I'm going to produce more than I freaking, and then eventually I'm just like, bro, the stage is everything for me. And then I really do feel like I'm elite on the stage. So now it's about bringing the other things into, I feel a lot better about the live production than I do about social media crap.
Okay.
So that's why I really want to take the effort to do this right, because I'm going to do it and then make sure it's a running thing.
Yeah.
So I might even do a theater. That's what's been floating around in my mind a lot. Like maybe pick a 300-seat venue. I did it for my album, for my first album.
Yeah.
It was a lot of effort, and I would have made money if I didn't produce an album that night. So I had to pay out all I had to pay out all production costs and all that stuff. So that effort to me is worth it.
Yeah.
And especially at my level, I can headline that. I can host that. Like I can mix and match. I have the access to comics that make it worth it in my mind. And that not even in my mind. I know would be gangbusters. I have the themes and all that stuff because I'm very I work like this. So I'm thinking maybe doing a bigger version of Hump Day, where it's not variety, but I have the audience participation in mind.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it more of an event. Anyways, let's read some of these. Do you have any thoughts on this? I mean, you haven't produced, so.
No, but I'm thankful for the people that do produce.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Without them, I wouldn't have stages.
Any things you've noticed? So even though you haven't produced, like any takeaways? I'm sure. I always paid attention to producers when I was new in the game, knowing I'd eventually put on my own show. like certain comics are a lot better at engaging with the audience after the show ends. There's certain ones that stick out in my mind. It's like,
okay,
like talk to every audience member, become like they like make it a community feel.
Yeah.
There's ones that are way better at the online marketing.
Yep.
Like there's so many different aspects. Like what are some of the takeaways, even though you haven't produced?
Pay comedians.
Shout outs Giga Thiga.
That's the first thing.
I knew what we were talking about. I was talking with G about this. I'm like, bro, shout outs Giga Thiga, bro. Yeah, that's how you do it, bro. The comics come out that night, you get their payment info that night. And damn, I just remembered I gotta send an invoice to a comic.
Yeah.
I did that show like 2 weeks ago. I suck. Yeah, paid us that night before we even left the venue. That's what's up. Let's read some of these comments and get out of here. Could you please message everybody who's ever complained to me about not getting paid enough to do my shows and not getting to do enough of my shows and tell them this? Well, I mean, what are you paying them? I would like to know how much you're making and how much you're paying them, because I don't know. There's something to be said about that.
Yeah,
you're raking in ticket sales, and comics like get like maybe a ticket's worth. If it's I don't know. I like to scale it per ticket. Like, how big is the show? How many seats do I have? How much are the tickets? And then what are the comics' positions? Headliner gets so many tickets worth of money.
Yeah,
like that's how I always break it down.
Yeah.
Like 4 tickets, 5 tickets worth of whatever, 3 tickets, 2 tickets. Like how big is the show?
Yeah.
And everybody knows the scale of the show going in. So nobody's ever disappointed being like, I should have got $100.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, this was like a $30, $50 show. Like just a little rinky dink. We all did 5-minute spots. What were you gonna say?
No.
I thought you were gonna point something out.
Hey, I sent you a DM 3 years ago.
Scroll down a little bit for me. What's this one? Producing shows is not easy. I produced shows since my first year of comedy and did well. Now I help produce shows across the country as I help a headliner book events. It is by far the hardest part of comedy, but when you sell a show and can pay everyone well, you will realize how badly most comedy venues are run. Bingo. It's eye-opening and gut-wrenching at the same time. Holy shit, we are so undervalued. As an art form, we are heavily undervalued, and then we undercut ourselves. That's a big problem. Like the thing of new comics putting on shows is it just devalues the scene when there's too much shows. Yeah, do you remember, like, it was just a few years ago on Bloor Street, there was like 8 comedy clubs, like just down the street from each other, and they all cannibalized each other. There was the one even closed down. Nothing fancy. It wasn't on Bloor, but it was right there in the area. And then now you have Backroom.
Yep.
You have the Royal.
I don't know about the Royal.
The Royal Comedy Theater, which was we performed there. In the back of the chicken shop.
Oh, okay. That was Stage West.
Yeah, Stage West.
Yeah.
And then you have Comedy Bar. And then you have Winona. And then there's one even further down. Dude, there's like 6 and they were all doing shows at the same time. Some of them were clubs, some of them were bars.
Yeah.
And like they all kind of floundered. Now, thankfully, not thankfully, I would love for all the comedy to thrive, but like it's been evened out a little bit. Like Backroom's doing good, you know, but they're spaced out from Comedy Bar.
Yeah.
I don't even like Winona is a bar where comics use the basement for comedy.
Okay.
And that's just down the street. But there's a lot of like cannibalizing the market, creating too much, and then it's just like you're spreading yourselves thin. And the problem with that too is when the newer comics do it, they put up a lot of newer comics, and it just like sours people from going out to comedy because it's like it's bad. Then there's the thing of paying.
Yeah.
A lot of free shows. We undercut ourselves. This is a big topic when I was new too. Like I remember it because there used to be the most toxic Toronto comedy board on Facebook. But one of the things back in the day is there's so many shows where people aren't paying or people are paying $10 or whatever, which sets the standard
at $10.
Yeah.
Or none or zero.
Or nothing or zero. And then it's just like, okay, now we're already not getting respected by the clubs, by the industry. And now we're not respecting ourselves.
Yeah.
We're producing just for the sake of getting stage time.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the worst reasons to produce a show. I'm going to produce just because I need stage time. I'm like, well, what the hell is the actual value of the show? And now are you going to devalue something else in the area that's already established? Like, it's just, there's so much ego and stuff. But again, you can't really be like, you're wrong for doing this.
Yeah.
That's not the thing of it. They're not wrong for trying to produce shit. It's just, you're naive and you think, you know better, and you don't. And then eventually you're in it long enough, and maybe some of them, they do turn out, but I don't know. That's probably going to do it for me. You got anything? You want to read one or?
Well, I'll say this.
Okay.
Shouts out to Trevor for producing his show.
My guy Trevor.
But I've been to a bunch of shows that a boss puts on his own.
Yeah,
You know
Boss
what I
and
mean?
Friends and all that stuff.
A boss and friends, but even like his
own
tour
producer,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like going around, running around. He gets the equipment, sets it up.
Yeah, and a boss, like when he sets up his tour, he'll go get set decoration and stuff. Yeah, like he goes above and beyond.
Yeah. So it's like I've
a
seen
lot.
that kind of hustle.
And he's performing. It's but you know how he's smart because he won't host those shows.
No.
Like those ones, he typically gets somebody to host.
Yes.
And then gets a middle act, so he at least has his time to calibrate.
Yeah.
It's like you got to factor that in somewhere if you're producing a show and on it.
Yeah.
If I'm hosting, then make sure I get all my ducks in a row before the show even starts. Because now, once I get in a host mode,
yeah,
and then you can't even because you're also still in producer mode. Somebody texts you, it's like I'm running late, or I'm not making it, or I'm sick, or whatever. It's like, oh well.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm around comics.
Well, yeah, and because I've gone to a bunch of his ones at free times, and like it's sick because like a bunch of comics will just hang around just in case, knowing someone's gonna fall out. So then there's like 3-4 other comics just there, like, all right.
There's some comic, there's people where I really try and not drop out for, and a boss is one of them, but I had to one time because I was sick, but I wasn't even stressing because I knew there's like 8 comics. He's like, bro, don't even. There's people here.
There's people
I'm
here.
like, oh, that's the
and maybe that's something that it would be sick to factor in. Like, obviously, depending on location, it might not be easy to just have comics around on standby.
Yeah.
But there are people there that are like ready to go up and can handle their own.
I think you should also have that in the back of your mind. It's like a fight promotion, right? Have backup fighters, have backup comics. In the back of your mind, someone close by.
You gotta make way.
Someone on speed dial.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram.